All right, let's dive right in. We're sifting through the Q1 2026 report on aesthetic medicine, and our mission is simple: cut through the noise and find out what's really going on. So here's the big question on everyone's mind. What's the real story in aesthetics right now? Is it time to be cautious? Or is this a moment just filled with hidden opportunities? Well, the latest data suggests the answer is, fascinatingly, yes to both. And this right here, this is the paradox at the heart of it all. On one hand, you've got practitioners playing it safe, holding back on making big investments. But on the other hand, what consumers want is creating these very specific, very profitable pockets in the market. Let's unpack what that means. Okay, first up, let's zoom out and get a look at the global landscape. Because, what's happening in the US is a completely different story from what we're seeing across the world. It's really a tale of two markets. Here's the split. In the US, demand for injectables and other consumables is still really strong. Practitioners are focusing on that sweet, recurring revenue. But internationally, it's kind of a mixed bag. Europe's market is softening a bit under economic pressure, while China is actually showing some steady, promising signs of a comeback. And if we break it down by category, you see a pretty clear divide. The old heavy hitters, your toxins and fillers, they're either stagnating or slowing down. But the real energy, the real momentum, it's in skincare and biostimulators. Those treatments that get the body to produce its own collagen. That's where the growth is right now. Market data is one thing, right? But what are actual people saying about all this? Let's dive into the unfiltered, raw opinions from online forums to get the view from the ground up. So first up, RF microneedling. Now, you might think a treatment with such wildly different reviews would be trending down, but believe it or not, the overall sentiment is actually still climbing.
And wow, the experiences are like night and day. On one side, you have people talking about life-changing results. Their skin texture is better, they're glowing, scars are gone. But on the other side, you've got these really scary stories of serious side effects like fat loss. For anyone thinking about it, it's a clear high-risk, high-reward situation.
Now, this is a fascinating look into the power of marketing. The term baby Botox is actually trending negatively, but it's not for the reason you might think. See, people aren't upset with the results. They're still saying it works perfectly for smoothing out wrinkles. The backlash is all about the name. Consumers are calling it out as a marketing gimmick just to sell Botox to younger people. That's a huge distinction. They're pushing back on the marketing, not the medicine. In complete contrast, you have PDRN injections. These use salmon DNA fragments to help repair skin, and they are seeing a huge surge in positive sentiment. People are getting really, really excited about this one. People are just loving the quick, noticeable improvements, especially for things like under eyes and skin texture. And notice the difference here in the negative comments. Unlike RF microneedling, nobody's reporting severe side effects. The pushback is just some healthy skepticism about whether it really lives up to all the hype. All right, let's switch gears and take a look at what's coming down the pipeline. Because I'll tell you what, innovation is definitely not slowing down. Yeah, even with practitioners being cautious about spending, the innovation pipeline is just flowing. In just the first few months of 2026, the FDA has already given the green light to 9 new aesthetic devices. That tells you the tech landscape is super competitive and incredibly active. Let's look at a couple of examples. First, there's the Boston Pico. This thing is a powerful new laser built for that growing market of tattoo and pigment removal. And crucially, it's cleared for use on all skin types, which is a huge advantage. And another one to keep your eye on is the Capri device. It uses a diode laser to go after 3 of the most common things people worry about: acne, wrinkles, and those enlarged oil glands. This is what you'd call a workhorse device, and it's aimed at a massive chunk of the market. So, we've got market caution, we've got passionate and polarized consumer feedback, and we've got a pipeline of brand new tech. So how do we put all these pieces together to find the real opportunities? This is where we connect the dots.
So we've identified this key market dynamic we're calling a golden opportunity. And here's the formula. It's pretty simple. It's any treatment where consumer demand is going up while practitioner supply, or at least their focus, is going down. This creates a gap in the market, an imbalance where the smart money can flow.
And when you apply that formula to all the data we've been looking at, well, the imbalances become crystal clear. Look here, you've got categories like RF microneedling and laser resurfacing that are cooling off, both demand and supply are dropping. But then you have these other categories that just jump right off the page. And here they are, the golden opportunities for 2026. The data is pointing directly at 4 key areas: face tightening, dermal fillers, treatments that give you that amazing facial glow, and this new but fast-growing category of fixing Ozempic face, which addresses the volume loss people see with those weight loss drugs. For all of these, what people want is way ahead of where the market is focused.
Finally, let's do a quick rapid-fire look at some recent high-quality clinical studies that add another really interesting layer to all of this. First, check this out. A really solid study on a new saw palmetto extract for hair thinning found it boosted hair density by over 300% compared to a placebo. I mean, a number that big is absolutely going to turn heads and grab massive consumer interest. And this next one really gets inside the patient's head. For the alopecia drug ritlecitinib, a study found there's about a 71% chance that patients would choose the drug over doing nothing. It's just a powerful reminder that for a lot of people, the benefit of getting their hair back is way, way bigger than the potential risks. So we kind of end up right back where we started, but now we've got a much clearer map. The 2026 aesthetics market is this incredible puzzle of cautious practitioners, passionate and divided consumers, and some really clear data-driven opportunities. And that leaves us with the big question. In this complex landscape, where will the smart money and the smart strategy go next?
Ready to transform your clinic's performance? Unlock the power of real-time business intelligence and define your unique brand identity with Oriento. Visit our website now to join our exclusive early access group and start making data-driven decisions. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for the latest in aesthetic medicine innovation.